Great greetings. All right, running a little bit late. About an hour late. So, great. Blessings. All right, going to just want a short message with whoever comes through, and we'll go into your questions. All right, so blessings. Here we go. Blessings. Greetings to you. This is Archangel Ariel. Blessings. Yes, there's of course alien energies that are happening here, as it always will. Of course, elemental beings are assisting you behind the scenes, part of your genetic makeup. Of course, you're all connected to the trees, the air, all the dimensions of where you are going. Of course, the future isn't always going to be completely clear, but you do know in the higher dimensions and to access that, you can probably feel that you're telling yourself from astral that you don't need to know, at least in the physical, but you do know, at least to give you more structure of to trust the future, as difficult as it might be. You might have a vision of the future as a human, but your astral self does have a better idea of it, without any worries, of course. But as a human, you go through a human way of looking at the future. But that does make it a lot more difficult, especially with finances and different connections. But we are here to, well, I'm here in the angelic realm, is here to answer your questions whenever you're ready. Blessings.
Oh, greetings, Archangel Ariel. Blessings to you.
Blessings. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. Oh, well, first this evening we've got Darya.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings. So, any messages on my dreams where I kind of felt like my father was remodeling a house and there was three kitchens inside a small apartment, which was really strange. Like every room was just a kitchen. So I was like, fuck, what does he actually do with this kitchen? Why does he like every room that's in this house is a kitchen? And like it's like it kind of feels like he wants to make it beautiful somehow, but then I kind of got irritated when I woke up. So any messages on that? Thank you. Like my
Well,
earthen father ish.
yeah, you say he's cooking up ideas. He's always coming up. It's like he's always coming up with ideas. So, and you're there to see what he's putting together. Doesn't mean all his kitchens always look the same. I feel like they all look a little bit different. You might not have always fully noticed that.
Yeah, they were different. They were like white, brownish, and then but they were kind of nice, but they were very human 3D structured kitchens. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why kitchens?
Well, he thinks with his stomach, you could say. So
Yeah, he was fat, so
that's part of it. So yeah, and he just can't. He just loves food. That's the other part. So he can't
I'm
seem to.
laughing.
He can't always seem to get away from it. So he says he's creating different realities so he can connect to different types of foods. So in astral, he's always eating.
Yeah, cool.
He has restaurants in his other incarnations.
Yeah.
So usually he's the fattest guy there. Well, it depends on which reality you're connected to. He doesn't like being skinny, at least not right now.
Yeah. Hmm. Very, very cool and strange, of course. But do you have a message for me? Which is kind of cool to ask, but yeah.
Yes, you're opening up your solar plexus. You're going into the details of reality, of different types of realities. The Archon energies, it seems like with the Archons, you do tone them down a little bit. Sometimes they get kind of out of touch. They take things too far sometimes.
Yeah, but I actually told them so they could come and visit me again and actually just show themselves and not be like, because I feel like they tuned up a little bit, but they kind of pulled away my friends or my social life so they could come in. That's why they tuned up. So what I was asking them for was like maybe just do it in my leisure time, spare time. But I don't know what are they doing? Why do they want to show why do they want to show that to me now?
Well, what they show is, yeah, it's cryptic, but they show them sitting at a table upside down on the right side of the wall, the left side of the wall.
Yeah, that's how we talk.
Yeah, and their faces are very plain.
Yeah.
But, so they don't really have an expression on their face. Usually they're black and white. At least the ones that we're saying. Something that we see at an animation, basically.
Yeah.
So they're writing codes for you, for your future. Yeah, they just want to talk to you all day.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess that's what they're showing right now. So.
Well, I'm giving them some options, but still okay.
Yeah,
but
they're always going to
anyway,
be cryptic. They're not always going to be very. They can't be clear from their realms, as you know. So.
yeah. So, anyways,
Yes.
thank you for the cool message and have a cool channeling with this group. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. That's why direct questions can be kind of tricky. And you're going to get direct answers many of the times. All right, thank you for that. Up next, we got Dragon.
Hi, how you doing?
Yes, greetings.
So the Archons like to be on the wall instead of in the wall. That's interesting.
Well, at least for Darya, like to be on the wall.
I'm used to aliens hiding in the walls. So that's it. My first question is, I guess we can have an Archon marathon. Can you talk about your own dealings with the Archons and kind of your experiences with them?
Well, they're the main reasons for the amnesia that's here. So especially when you wake up and you can't remember your dreams, they're closing everything down. So yeah, they can move people backwards. They like to move people back in time. So back to an old relationship that it shouldn't be in, moving you back to the 1950s if they can. Like some people feel like they're stuck in the 60s or the 70s, whatever it might be. They seem to enjoy that. To see how far they can go with it. There's different reasons for it, though. So, and it makes people difficult when they're trying to leave the world. They're all confused. At least some people are.
So, are the Archons' energy conflicting with yours, or?
Oh, yeah, yes. Well, yes, they're trickster energies, so they're always. I mean, there's positive tricksters and negative tricksters. So they're always opening up doors to other realms. So yes, with us, it's like they can technically copy an angel. It's like you're looking at yourself, and sometimes they find ways to get to an angel's vulnerability. So happens often, actually.
Whew, people are going to have to get good at discernment.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
So my second question is, I still feel like the reptilians are avoiding me, although I'm not actively trying to seek them out anymore. Can you give an update on that? And like, have they forgiven me for past things, or are they still mad at me and whatnot?
Well, it seems like they're around you. They're just at a distance. Sometimes you can pick up on their energies easily, so that's why they backed off. They just sometimes try to manipulate your energy, but they seem like you figured them out, so they can't do it anymore. Of course, there are positive ones that you do connect to, but it's more in the astral plane. where you're challenging other reptilians' mental capacity, just like brain teasers or things like that. But the ones that cause difficulties, I feel like you're still keeping an eye on them. You feel like you deal with them mostly in astral also. They do go after insecurities every now and then, it seems.
I feel like that there's beings going after family members of mine to try to mess with me, but I don't feel like it's specifically reptilians. There's probably a few reptilians involved in that, but I think it's just the various different types of beings who all love me a lot. And
well, it goes after the younger people that are around you. It could be a kid, child, or cousin. We'll just keep that general. But it's someone definitely younger than you.
Yeah, they I think they know how to mess with that person's emotions, and then that person lashes out.
Well, of course, a younger person's insecurities, they like to get people to be worried about things they don't need to be worried about. So they're really good about that.
That seems to be like a group of beings that aren't like specifically reptilian or anything, just like a random group that hates me for some reason.
Well, those are the archons are the ones that like to get people to be worried about nothing. They go in back of the mind to cause all, like they nest behind the mind. So,
all right. Well, thanks a lot. Much love.
Okay, thank you. Blessings. Up next, we've got Silverclaw.
Greetings, friends.
Greetings.
My first question is, I've been planning to go to some of the bars in town to sell my herb products, and I wanted to know if I would get a small amount of customers or a lot.
Well, it's going to have to be a lot of talking. Some here and there. I don't see a lot. The only way you're going to get a lot is if you get somebody that has a lot of connections. So it's going to be slow, but it seems like it's worth it. It helps you work on your social skills also. So, and use your abilities of if you feel comfortable around these certain people that you're talking to. So you can sense who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which you already know already.
Okay. All right. My second question is any messages for me at this time?
Well, I do see you letting go of the past. I mean, this new transition you're going into is helping heal a lot of anxiety. It's not fully helping it, but it is helping a great deal. It's just you're going in a new direction, so it's open, just helping you pull yourself out of the abyss of the past. So there's always going to be some conflict there, but over time you'll feel like it becomes less and less. So.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Steve.
Hello, angels.
Greetings.
Greetings. Much love. Thank you for being here. I was just wondering if you just could connect with my higher self and see if he has any updates, messages, and maybe about my dreams. Thank you.
Well, in your dreams, yeah. Well, see, the Archon energies, you do deal with a lot of Archon beings. Sometimes they show up as like talking walls or talking objects. But usually I don't feel like they interfere with you too much. I mean, sometimes they do, but talking appliances they seem to be connected to. Well, of course, there's different alien beings that connect to that also, but it's possible that you're connected to that other part of your astral plane. Well, it's a little bit more cartoon-like, but that's usually where you're at anyway, more of a six-dimensional frequency. There's a lot of cow beings there, the cow or Hathor beings. There's a lot of just beings that normal people would not connect to. There's also insect beings shopping like humans. Yeah, there's realities that well, it's like you go to these kind of similar to like a Rick and Morty type of reality. Maybe not exactly, but you go to some of these places to get information for this reality, though.
Sweet, awesome. And I just wonder if you can connect with my seraphim aspect or any of the angels energies I have, and see if they have any message. Thank you.
Well, that was there to heal others, to help others heal themselves. sometimes your angel wings do come out. Or sometimes you feel the vibrations. It's those, and that reason why you're in your family all together is those that are having conflict. You're there for conflict to heal at the best of your ability. You go into the heart chakra, root chakras. You go into the dream state. You go into their past lives. You go to their past life to help them release it. So it's like you go back in time and help them let go of that lifetime, which takes sometimes months, years, because they're not open to all this, so they're not identifying it. So it's like you go in a dream, like in the 1800s or 1700s, and talk to your family member there.
Sweet, sweet, awesome. Blessings.
Hey, thank you. Up next, we've got Annie.
Hi, greetings.
Greetings.
I have a question with UFOs that I have two friends up in Jersey that saw something that like appeared and disappeared like 3 times. And I wasn't sure if what kind of, if it was a UFO or what it was. And I felt personally, I felt that it was, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, there's a lot of, well, yes, because they're trying to keep themselves hidden. So they're not always going to make themselves completely obvious. There's a Syrian energies. I believe there was a feline being on one of those ships that appeared and disappeared. There are some Pleiadians on there also. It feels like it's more of a Syrian vibration there.
Okay.
I believe they did that just to get their attention, just to get their interest, but not to wade on too deep.
Okay, so it wasn't like it was good. It wasn't like anything fearful for them or anything.
No, it might have been fearful for them just to see it.
Yeah.
And you can have the most positive being in the world, and it, like an angel being could appear, and that can scare the daylights out of somebody.
Yeah.
So I believe it's just more of their own fears. I don't see any negativity coming from it.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought too. Okay,
that's why they disappeared and reappeared, is to But it seems like they need some kind of contact. It doesn't mean it's going to happen all the time, but that's enough to keep their eyes open for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like yeah.
Feels like they are kind of pushing away that energy. It's like, we're not really sure. They're not really ready for it, but there's definitely UFO energy though.
Okay, yeah. It was like a orangey. They even got it on video and everything. So I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah.
That's good. So that shows that they're ready, but they need it physically. They can't understand the spiritual voice from what I can see.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the depth that you're at least.
Yes.
Yeah, and you need something shiny to look at to make them all.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good point.
That's good. But yeah, you're there to have that conversation with them and just wherever it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was to help them more to awaken.
Yes.
More of that reason. Okay.
And for you, just to have fun with the idea. Not go too deep into it, just have fun and just they're kind of fish out of water right now with that.
Yeah.
They are curious.
Yeah.
But the spiritual side is like, that's a little bit too much. But they want to just see a bunch of more flashing lights and things like that.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, great. Thanks. My second question have to do with the angel. I see the number 17 a lot. 17 is huge in my world. My birthday is coming up on Monday the 17th. 117. My boyfriend is 1117. Everything is connected to 17. It seems like I see it everywhere. Now I know that's an angel number. Is that what it means, or is it something deeper? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's deeper into your path here. That's like your path is technically like set in stone. It's not fully in stone, but you are accomplishing what you definitely need to accomplish here. So the 17 is just a code. Yeah, it's a code for you to know secretly. It's like they're not really. They'll give us general answers to it, but it is really something that's personal, though.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was like a message to me, like, and I just laugh all the time, every time I see it.
Something around I always say something around your 17th birthday also has something to do with it. like
Oh,
like an
okay.
age of maturity. It's like you're
Mhm.
ready for. It's like you feel like that was kind of the year that you're ready to go forward to who you are now. That's what I see. You might,
Oh, okay.
as a 17-year-old, you might not have saw that then, but from our perspective, you're a lot more mature than you might have realized. You might have known things. I mean, you were ready for a lot at that age, at least on a spiritual
Yeah.
level.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay, great. All right. Thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Michael.
Greetings, Ariel.
Greetings.
Okay, so the 19th, a week from today, I go back to the doctor, and I have been doing my best with manifesting and trying to get my liver enzymes down. I slowed down a lot on the drinking, and that's like my ticket to either prolong the surgery or actually having it. What do you see? I know I asked this question, but this is very important to me.
Well, it all depends on the doctor. If it's prolonged, it will be a short prolonging. Meaning you are almost there. We feel like there might be a little bit more time that you'll need though to clear out your system. So you're getting there, but you might not be fully there. But that's from what we're seeing. The doctor might say something totally different. So
Okay,
but if it has to be prolonged, it won't be that. You never know. You might change the timeline where everything sets to where it needs to be. So, which would be good.
Okay, my second question is, me not working and stuff and trying to kick the habit. It's like I'm Superman, and there's all these bullets, and they're just hitting me, and they're just ricocheting off. It's like everything is trying to take me down. I mean, to even people that I actually trust and cared about have just switched the role on me, and it's I mean, is there beings trying to stop me to have this surgery? Because I need to go. I'm not asking for a lottery. I'm just asking to be healthy, to go back and be a slave and work and make money.
Well, this is also part of your rehabilitation, also. So it's like your chakras are activated. You're becoming more stronger. So as it becomes stronger, you're seeing some of this negativity that's around you that was already there before. And the surgery is helping you. It's possible you can manifest it where it can all come back into alignment, where you can get your surgery. There's a possibility of that. It depends on where you need what you already said you do, but people say it, but there still has to be work to be done. But you can still make this work, though, definitely. It's all up to you. So that's why it's difficult for all beings to predict it, because it's in your hands.
And since I've quit my drinking by a lot, my psychic abilities are a lot stronger.
Yep.
And I picked up on a being here, and my intuition was telling me it was after me. So I stayed away from it. And I don't think it's left. After this morning, I had a little something. I really don't want to go into it, but it was still here through someone, and it was. Could you? I mean, is it still lingering around?
Yeah, it's around. It's around for a little bit. So the name of it is Maxwell. It feels like it's a being that's trying to test your abilities.
Yeah.
It is very selfish, though. Yeah, it's kind of like a demonic energy.
Yeah, because it was attacking me through somebody I never thought would happen today, and I don't know.
Well, that shows that person has a lot of healing to do. So you just send your healing to that person, or do what you feel is best. But yeah, you're coming back to your angelic self, so you can become aware of a lot of things.
Okay.
So yeah, this is where you belong. It feels like the drinking you did it on other reasons, just to shut yourself down. You had human things you had to figure out. So now you're changing that around, as you can see.
Okay, so I still have all this army protecting me.
Yes. Well, you have your own army. You are your army.
Well put. Yeah.
I mean, you have enough energy to protect yourself. It's just you've been wounded, but you'll come back to your own power.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ariel. Blessings.
yes, blessings.
All right, thank you for that. Yeah, but definitely believe that, Michael. All right. Up next, we've got Crystal.
Greetings.
Pretty soon.
How many messages for me, please?
There are better timelines coming in. You're still focusing on timelines that are causing difficulties, challenges, or healing those timelines now. So it doesn't mean you're going to have a paradise timeline because there's nothing to learn there, but it does seem like you're closing out old connections currently. They're not the easiest ones to close down because these are people you've known for, at least in the relationship area, this is somebody you've known for like thousands and thousands of years. So it's not an easy one to close up, but it is necessary though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's closing up. It's closing itself up.
Slowly.
Okay.
It's not something you close instantly.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's closing, being stagnant is worse.
Well, because it's what you need to learn from it. It's like your past connection with this person might come back to you. There's a lot of karmic connections there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it seems like you opened them up in the beginning, thousands of years ago, and now you're figuring out a way of closing it.
Yeah, I felt like I healed a lot of our timelines.
Yeah.
I went to a major transition where I felt like I was on a healing kick. I was like, I need to heal him, and that's one of the reasons I felt like I stuck around, so I wouldn't have to repeat that energy.
Yeah, and that's what's happening right now. Yeah, you just slowly. You're on the right.
Okay, great. My second question is, do you have any messages or advice for me and Annie's group?
What group is that? Is this
we do
group?
when we do this little group on Wednesday where we do energy reading for attendees.
Okay, and you want just a perspective of that? Or?
Yes, absolutely.
What is helping you with your abilities? You're opening up your chakras. It's helping you get more comfortable in what you're here to do. It does seem like you connect to a lot of your animal aspects of you, like the bird. Also, your half-orc connections are coming through. There's some surf-human energy that comes through. It feels like your half-orc comes in the strongest.
Oh.
It feels like you're just helping others through their Egyptian lifetimes.
Oh, wow.
Of course, there's other connections there, but I feel like the Egyptians are very deep. It's a deep vibration, so that's...
What about my co-host?
Yes, same. The same, more Assyrian energies, dolphin frequencies that comes through for others.
Oh, I know she's a dolphin, for sure.
She does some singing too, but it's more a dolphin type of energy. She has a way of closing out timelines or closing out negativity. Maybe not a complete timeline, but she knows how to shut down energy though. So if someone's causing her a difficulty, she can shut it down.
Oh, maybe I need to call her more to shut some of my timelines down. Do you hear that, Annie?
Well, yeah, but that's, yeah. Well, she can only do so much, but yes, it can't work though, yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I've got Hazel's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, Ariel. Thank you for answering our questions. Last night, during the course of trying to clear out the same old bothersome beings, I received assistance from a group who asked me to be ready to receive the golden ticket. They told me not to get caught up in what the substance of the ticket might be, but to focus on not hesitating in the moment of acceptance. They said it was okay to ask about the ticket, and I wonder if you have any thoughts about it."
Well, they're not going to tell me about the ticket in general, but yes, it's like an energy gift. And the ticket is kind of materialistic energy, but it's just basically teaching you how to trust. And if you want to accept that ticket or not, it's up to you. But it does feel like it will help you advance your energies. It's entirely up to you, but it feels like it will bring a new experience in a positive way. But it's basically just an energy gift. Feels like it's a golden energy. And just to clear your aura and just clear out some just unknown entities from your past. It's not always going to make itself clear. So it's basically there to do a clearing for yourself.
Okay, thank you. Our second question, I'm feeling drawn to angelic support right now. Do you have any messages for me, please? Thank you and many blessings.
Well, that has to do with your heart chakra opening up even more. You're trusting more of your angelic self. So that shows you're just getting more advanced at your abilities. I might not always make it completely clear, but I believe it also has to do with clearing the land, the area that you're in. There's some toxic energies somewhere in your location. It's not necessarily the people that are around you, just the vibration vortex that do open up every now and then. Some of that comes from the elemental frequencies. So there are elemental beings that do cause, I wouldn't say chaos, but sometimes. They might, if you do a connection with what elemental beings are around and those that are causing trouble around there, most likely they'll give you a vision, probably an elf being.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Ava.
Hey, do you have any messages for me today?
I see new timelines that you're building. There's still a lot of architecture that you're doing with your own, living situation, something like that. You're doing a recalibration of that. There's also future timelines where you're living out of state, out of country, or something like that. Something like that. It feels like you belong somewhere else.
I've seen that for myself.
You'll get there eventually.
All right.
It might not be a quick drive there. You also have a lot of connections to gargoyle beings. I believe you're married to one in your past.
Gargoyle?
Yeah, gargoyle. But it was more like not an ugly one. More of an.
Oh, I love ugly.
Gargoyles are your people. Definitely.
Yeah. Lately I have this new reptilian coming through that I never met or his race.
Mm-hmm.
And he always comes when I'm about to finish channeling, and he just puts his hand on my shoulder and just smiling and just there. Mm-hmm. Never really answers my questions or anything. And today again he came and just staring at me and smiling because I was about to finish channeling. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not finished. And again, he's not answering any of my questions, like, where are you from? Who are you? But today he showed me his feet and his tail. So can I get more information about this being?
Well, you feel like he comes from Sirius, but he also shapeshifts into like a prince in his other incarnations. He's like he has a blue skin, kind of like an elemental being with pointy ears, but like an elf being. Is that in his life? So he's just, I guess he's shy. He doesn't want to give you too much information. Yeah, he wants to keep it, like as a surprise, as you're saying. But he has lived in a castle in previous lifetimes with you. You've been in like an elf castle. It was more of an elemental realm. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So that the dragon or the reptilian is more like a dragon energy.
Okay.
Which that's what we see from him.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Shar.
Greetings. Do you have any messages for me?
There's sometimes a hesitation for the future, at least where it's going into. Like your energy is mostly in the now. There's just a future timelines. It does feel like you work with timelines quite a bit astrally to make sure you're on the right one. There has been some hijacking of that in the past.
Yeah.
So if things go slow, it's doing it for a reason, just so you can make sure you're on the right track. It does seem like you check yourself a lot, check your energy a lot, at least from my perspective.
Yeah. For my second question, I guess feeling pretty lost at the moment. Feeling quite depressed and, well, sort of up and down, all over the place, really. And just any insight that you have into my purpose would be awesome.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
your magic,
Yeah.
spell casting. It feels like you do all types of spells, even the negative ones, but you have to be careful with that, of course. Not that you need to do that, but the
I
spells.
think I've done that before, like by accident.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can do it with your mind too. You can do it without. You just do it with your intentions. You're careful.
Yeah, I feel like I'm much more aware now of like that, of how I'm using my energy.
But like, you're not necessarily studying witchcraft, but just spells in general, where you want to go with it.
Mhm.
You can do magic spells, positive spells that help you open up portals or help you feel better about yourself. Discover more of your inner wisdom.
Mhm.
So you can use the spell to bring people into your life. Of course, you can make sure who you are bringing into your life. That's up to you.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Braden. I believe he just put his questions in the chat. 1 second. His first question, he says, "Do you have any messages for me, Archangel Ariel? Thank you and blessings."
You are feeling a lot better this year than you have in the last, from what we can see. Still a confident level of where the world is going. Part of you is worried, of course. But you have a lot of Martian connection. You might not be fully aware. That's one of the reasons why you came to this world, to heal the conflict here. As you probably know that, but you don't always know why. It has a lot of Martian connections. You have been part of Martian wars in your past. And you've been in part of Greek cultures, ancient Greece, part of just trying to end conflicts here. It has been very difficult, though. As you know. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. The second question, are there any messages from the tall whites around me? Thank you and blessings.
Just like you're taking back a lot of your energy. You have a lot of twins that are tall whites. Meaning that there are actually tall whites that actually look like you. They're like a brother. I mean, it sounds strange, like you have a brother that looks exactly like you as your human self. That's bizarre, but they have their reasons. I mean, that it might not always be the best intentions of them doing that, but it seems like that's one of your connections, man. That's all I gotta say on that one. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Sean.
Hello, blessings.
Yes.
All right, greetings. So my first question is about it's kind of like my nervous system, and so I I do this modality called body talk, and I'm always constantly like reconnecting my nervous system and my musculoskeletal. I'm just wondering why they keep because they kind of like act like fuses, and they kind of all the time. And more constantly, I'm just wondering what's causing that.
Yeah, what was the root of these beings? What's the name of these beings, or what's the?
No, it's a modality that I do. It's called body talk, and you can reconnect your nervous system and reconnect your musculoskeletal. Because the musculoskeletal kind of acts like a fuse in us. That's kind of how I see it. Like they're like fuses that get flicked, and then you got to kind of flick them back on to get the current flowing. But anyway,
Well, it feels like the modality has to be changed. Like words, is it something that you say, or you just feel like you have to use different types of words or wording for it?
Okay.
It feels like some
Well,
the words are causing some difficulties there. Some actually, it's making it worse than better. That's what I can say.
oh, so it's like kind of like the wording of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So
something to do with because your energy is very powerful. It is. It does have archangel energy connected to it. So
Yeah.
you're trying to heal yourself. It feels like times, yeah, you're making it worse. So maybe a shorter modality, or you don't. It
Yeah, it
doesn't need
seems
to
like
be
it's
that long.
yeah, it seems like it's a process to be doing, kind of right.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't feel like it seems like it has to be that much of a process. It can be a lot shorter. That's what I see there.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions on that?
Well, you remove like what you don't feel like you need in it. Like that. Yeah, we're going by what we can pick up on, but it feels like you just like cut it in half, or it doesn't need to be as complicated as it is.
Okay. But what's causing it to disconnect though? Because I'm constantly have to reconnect my nervous system.
Well, yeah, because you're turning it on, but then you're turning it off. So it feels like the beginning part of this modality is good, but the rest of it adds more confusion and deactivates it.
Oh, okay.
We're just
So
going
it's a
by
modality.
Yeah.
So it's a modality that's messing me up.
Yeah, that's what we're sensing because we don't have it in front of us to look at it, but that's what we're feeling. That's what the root of it is.
All right.
It's not your body, it's just what you're doing, what you're saying to it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's the power of your energy. Your energy is very unique. Others can do that, it'll be fine, but if you do, it's different because your energy is more powerful. Same than others.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. And the second question I have is, what's the name of my Ingarthan aspect, and if they have any messages for me?
It's not really giving a name. It's more of a Luciferian energy. It's kind of like a god type of being. I don't know if it wants to say its name right now, or at all, for that matter. But you're like a god essence, basically a being that just has godlike powers. Kind of like an angel, but not exactly. More like an Agarthian elf being with a lot of abilities. The name Shannon comes through, so you did get a name.
Did they have a message for me, by chance?
Oh, just you're very connected to the moon. You pull energies from the sun, and you just have a lot of mysteries about yourself. Yeah, they can't. You know, that's all they have to say.
All right. All right. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Yuli.
Greetings. My first question is, is any messages for me at this time?
From Archangel Michael is working with you a great deal. It does seem like he's clearing out some of your bloodline energies, bloodlines from your past. You know, might not be too familiar with, such as reptilian connections you've had in past karmic incarnations. It does seem like there's a person you've incarnated with many, many times in your past lives. You might have known this person as a friend in this lifetime, but you kind of cut ties with them.
Okay. Cut ties with them. Okay. Okay, and
definitely a male energy. Might have been some of that's been
male energy.
Yeah.
Maybe my dad. No, I've been dealing with that for a while.
No, somebody don't connect with too much. I mean, you did at one time. It was kind of intense, and then you don't want to grab that connection, something like that.
Okay, I think maybe my the father of my kids. I think that might be one because he passed away from brain tumor, and it was very difficult.
Yeah, that's it. Yes,
that's him. Is he still around me?
Time to time, he tries not to make you angry, but he does come around sometimes. But it feels like sometimes he comes around and tell you what to do.
Tell me what to do.
He hasn't really changed all that much in spirit.
Yeah, he was very hard. And my second question is like, can you see any of my gifts and abilities?
Psychic abilities. Actually, be able to connect with the weather. Even this is not something that happens instantly, but you do have ability to shift the weather energies to your liking. You might not always notice it. It's if you see it rain, can you turn off the rain? Not always. But you also have a empathic ability. You can connect to others and read their energies. Like you have in this an Anunnaki connection. That's part of it. That's not all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just trusting your intuition. You do have the ability to see the future, possible future timelines. It seems like it just comes to you.
Yeah, I used to do readings, but then I stopped because I start like doubting myself, and and it just like stop.
It feels like you need to do something else with your abilities.
Okay.
Now, what that is I don't believe it can be answered here.
I know. Okay, well, blessings and thank you.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Lindsey.
Greetings. Do you have any uplifting messages for me?
Just not to worry about the past, and your future does look bright, but it's all what you want to do with it. If you can figure out what to do with it.
Shit. Okay.
But yes, it does. There is some Archon energy you are clearing of not knowing what you want to do. Of course, that's a little bit complicated to go into right now. But
yeah. Okay. But I am clearing it.
Yes, you are just believing more in yourself and your artistic abilities.
Okay. Is that like an Archon that like energy that's around me that's like doing that to me?
Well, in your past, yeah. And some of that insecurity is still with it.
Okay.
It feels like we feel like some of it came from your father's frequency.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just it's not trusting yourself. And it does you're healing that connection still.
Yeah. Okay.
So you cut that, you clear that, you forgive it, whatever you need to do. Slowly the future will make more sense because you seem like it has kind of a hold on you a little bit.
Okay. Well, I just recently did a healing session, and he came, and that came up with him.
Yeah. So he's pretty powerful.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange but on the astral levels, he's pretty powerful.
Wow.
You look at him as a human's like, what's this?
Yeah, because he was real dark, and I'm like, unicorns and rainbows. So,
your unicorn can cut that connection.
Yes, that's right. That's right. What I guess my second question is what is my soul's origin, or what was my soul's origin?
Well, before we go into that, part of it what your dad is, he's kind of an Archon energy there to drain your frequency. It's something that you would see out of what do you call it? Rainbow Bride or something fighting the villain.
Oh God.
So it's just it wasn't finished in that other realm that you came from.
Oh.
And so he came here to not finish you off, but it hasn't been fully. It feels like you're trying to run away from it. And he was like a troll being in his past.
Wow.
Your origins are, I would say Atlantean / Lemurian.
Okay.
More Lemurian, but Atlantean, you did adapt to that, but more of the higher frequencies, not the corrupt side. Just more of the constructive energies, building crystal cities, things like that.
Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, blessings, thank you. Up next, we've got Karem.
Hi, blessings, greetings.
Greetings.
I was wondering about from these three paths, Hinduism, Buddhism, or Jesus, which one do you think my human aspect would enjoy the most versus my soul want me to do?
Well, it feels like the Jesus aspect, because you've been something similar to him in other realities. At least that's from our perspective. At least we're keeping it
You're
vague.
saying that was my soul, spiritual high self wants that, or more my human aspect, or?
Well, I say more of your well, of course that's always up to you, but we feel like your human aspect is of it. At least we feel the Yeshua part, because that energy
Right.
is still with you. No.
Yeah, well, that's where I am. Yeah.
Did your healings, but also the dark side of it still with you. It's like you had your own version of Jesus somewhere in some reality. It's still, it's very strong with you. So you're kind of torturing yourself because of it in some ways. Well, I feel like it's there to calm it down so others don't see it. Something like that.
Right. Yeah, just reading the Bible feels like I'm solidifying some timeline. It's terrifying at times, but at the same time, I get so much power for
that's
my
good.
practical life out of it.
If it might feel strange to others, but for you, it's an activation. So this is good.
Okay,
read
great.
it. Just sometimes it can get too intense. It feels
Yeah, I just maybe the Buddhistic path was a little bit less, intense.
the Yeshua, they're trying to erase him from history, and while they're erasing it, others are hijacked it to do what they did today. So it's complicated.
That does help. My second question, help me please. I'm trying to stay present while doing activities. Is there any? How can I bridge the gap between how deep a meditative state I get when I meditate versus how can I get close to that high state while I'm playing tennis, while I'm talking to somebody?
Well, like for example, when playing tennis, it's kind of like let yourself go. How do you visualize yourself? You see yourself as a giant-sized angel. Whatever comes to mind, allow that person to appear. Because you've been human, you go by this human version, but obviously there's much more to you than that. So, at least that's one exercise you can do.
Okay, so creative visualization. What about for when I speak to somebody?
Yeah, and when you talk to people, it does feel like you're going to talk in a different language to them, maybe Hebrew. And that might
because
not
I can't just close my eyes and meditate. I can, but like socially, that's not acceptable. It works great though if I could.
Well, socially, just find what personality character you want to be. I mean, if you want to talk Hebrew to people or whatever it might be, you got to be yourself. So there is some Babylonian connections you have, but this is kind of complicated to answer here, but just allow this what you want, how you already see yourself. Allow some of it to come out more, because it feels like you keep a lot of yourself backed in, as you probably know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, you already know yourself just a lot. Yeah, because you know how humans are people. They don't. You don't want to give them too much of what you're capable of, but I mean, it feels like you want to do healing modalities and things like that.
Okay.
Or more than that. So we definitely feel the Jerusalem energy around you. That's for
sure. Just one last tiny. Would you feel I can yield as much power from the? Yeah, Jesus is gonna be disappointed. I can yield as much power in the Hindu path as I can in the Jesus path. I don't know. It's too scary.
Yes.
Now I'm having fun with it. Now it's like I'm lighthearted. It's fine.
That's okay.
But there's some evenings. It's different.
Well, yeah, because it's overpowered. Well, some of the darker side come out the same sometimes. So yeah, with the Hindu and the Jesus and Buddhism, just allow it all to flow through.
Thank you so much for your help.
Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Blue's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, Archangel Ariel and the angelic realm. Thank you for visiting us. Do you have any messages for me?"
I feel like you have the ability to stop time. It's not something that you feel like you need to utilize, at least in this incarnation, but you do have it in higher realms. Sometimes you might use it here when you absolutely feel like you need to shift reality. You will. You have been shifting realities, but there's been some confusion. Some other beings don't want you to shift those new realities. So you are connected to these positive realities that you're bringing in. And obviously you're feeling the fight back that's coming from other realms. So you have the energy to build a paradise, basically. You probably know that. And as you can see, the pushback has been quite difficult. So, blessings.
Yeah, thank you. She's definitely not alone there. For question number 2, she says, "Would you please share insight on why my dog came into my life? Thank you. Much love to you and the angelic realm."
Well, he's like an old boyfriend from previous incarnations, but also like a galactic leader to help you find your way. So it does feel like part of your mission here was to kind of remove the human element from you, and the dog was there to bring some kind of human element because you're shifting where connected to humanity doesn't really work as it used to. But you can connect to him and say whatever you want with him, and he's okay with it. It's just that you're coming more into your higher self, your higher being. It's just becoming more and more difficult to be here, as you can tell. So, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I've got James' question. His question, he says, "Are there any messages from you or anyone around me?"
I see the JFK energy is still around you. It feels like your energy is part of. You might not think about it very often, but it is part of bringing some healing to it, but also keeping the kind of like not exactly the conspiracy, keep the questions going. People questioning the narrative, allow because this is part of the JFK situation is opening people up to what's going on here. So so you're part of disclosure in different ways.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Amanda.
Hi there, how are you today?
Doing well.
Am I speaking with Uriel or Ariel?
Ariel.
Hi, nice to connect. I have a lot of questions, so I feel to leave it open. There's too many aspects of my life I want to touch on, so can you please, what's best for me to know right now to support my journey going forward? Please.
Well, how you heal others, of course. You also connected to gardens, we see tapestries, statues in your past. You've actually had statues made of you or in your likeness in your past. I'm not
Oh,
sure
wow.
if that's in your healing, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just you have a lot of ancient Greek energies connected to you, but also even in the Catholic Church throughout history, but trying to be more positive without like a more angelic self, like angelic,
Mm-hmm.
like what angels really look like, things like that. You brought that in.
Oh, so in this incarnation, that's what I'm to do?
Yeah. In this incarnation, you're here to do many things, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes.
timelines, all realities, whatever you feel like you want to bring in. Yes, it might be overwhelming for some people, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, just to unleash
It
yourself,
is overwhelming.
unlock yourself. Yeah, any way you. But it is good to share what you are connecting to, though.
Mm.
It's entirely up to you how you go about that, though. You keep yourself anonymous, but it is good to share it at some point.
Okay, beautiful.
When the time is right.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. For my second question, I would like to know geographically where is best for me on this planet right now? Like for my mission, for my purpose, because I do want to relocate. and I've been pulled to the US. I'm just wondering where is going to be best supporting my mission. Like where will I flourish, I guess.
Well, if it's US, we see, I believe the East Coast is mentioned, but we're feeling Oregon, like the Portland area.
Oregon. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. But
Thank
also
you
we have
so much.
a connection to Dublin and also
Yes.
Russia.
And where, sorry?
In Russia.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Doesn't mean you
That's
have to go.
yeah. Okay, interesting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Ariel. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I've got Marvin's questions. His first question, he says, "Are there any messages from this collective on my day-to-day I interact with?"
You do have a good energy of just keeping the spirits up where you work. So there, just to clear out the vibrations. There are some troll beings you do heal. But you do connect to the angelics. There's some people that are like, actually, there's some amphibian people that are on your work. But either way, you just keep the spirits going. So, you have been a singer, a folk singer in your past. You probably feel some of that energy. Around the 1920s. Right.
Interesting. He does have that deep voice.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for that. His second question, any messages on contact from any beings, maybe tall being looking after me?
Well, the Anunnaki they've gotten very warmed up to his frequency. So, but it doesn't mean they're going to show up, but they do seem like they send the Pleiadians. But I feel like the Anunnaki is curious to him because Marvin does sing to them or get to know them and just charm them, you can say, because he wants more of them to reveal themselves here. So, right. Yeah, I don't know. They show an asshole. Marvin's really particular about his shoes. Just some kind of fashion thing going on.
Okay, blessings. All right. Up next, we have got the Lynn.
Hello, Ariel. My first question is: do body pains come from energy disalignment or pathogens?
No, it can come from both, but usually it's energy. Yeah, it depends. Well, if your your energy shifts a lot in the higher dimensions, so you test your body all the time. So you move your energy up to higher frequency, and your body can only handle so much of that. Not that you need to stop doing it, but it's like you're going to do it no matter what.
So, at a certain point, the body can't follow your supposed evolved energy?
No, you can heal it. You heal it, but eventually your body will burn out. I can't handle it anymore. But that's when your mission is done, though. So it does seem like you're testing the limitations of your body. Nothing wrong with
it. Like on the good side.
Yeah. Well, it feels like you're healing it, and you're healing your DNA. You might not always notice that, but it feels like you're definitely part of a healing frequency here for sure. You have been healing type of waters in your past life, like people would go to a lake and just feel the healing modalities from it. That was you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like water, but yeah, you opened a very interesting point about physical body.
Yes.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I'll think more about that. Thank you. And second question is, last Sunday, how do you call it? I just walk on ice and my feet swept on the ice and I felt like to the death and I felt flat on my back. So it was pretty shocking, but I didn't have any pains or something. But I knew that I touched with this mechanical shock. I touched some blocked energies. So I was expecting them to come to my awareness. Um, and I saw the next days that I had to release a lot, uh, because is
Yeah.
it accurate what I described?
Yeah, you opened up your chakras, yes. It doesn't mean you have to fall down like that at all, but for that time, it was the right place, the right time to just do it.
Because this was my next question. How do I repeat that?
Well, even if you did it again, it has to happen on accident because
Yeah.
that's the right time, the right place for it to happen. So, I mean, if
So
you deliberately do it, it probably won't work.
you have to be surprised somehow.
Yeah, because you're doing an energy alignment. So, yeah, kids do it all the time. They're falling down,
Yeah.
breaking themselves all the time. Not that you need to do that.
Yeah.
But
Can you think it's useful to have a massage, like a strong massage machine therapy to release these things, like a strong vibration?
that seems to be okay. Yeah, if you want to
I
go
think
down
it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, they shake the heck out of it, of your body, and boom, release energy, and like you said, open chakras. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you opened all of them. Well, you didn't open. I mean, you just did a major clearing there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Super good. Yeah. I'm going to invent that. Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, I have Christy's questions. For first question, she says, "Can you tell me more about my tall white Zeta aspect that is a commander, or does she have a message for me?"
Yeah, the Zeta energy is that you've been commander of many ships in Alpha Centauri. So the Alpha Centauri is a kind of a hidden area, not been talked about very much. There's human cloning that's been done there. Even some slavery has been done there. Some of the Martian entities, Mars brought some of their slave, colonies there to Alpha Centauri. So there's a place that you're healing at this time. You also have a frog being you talk to.
Okay, thank you. For second question, I painted a 5-foot gray female. Is she one of my guides?
Yes. She's not really saying her name, let her name come to you, but it seems like it's a guide that you're aligning to at this time. So where you are living is definitely shifting your frequency to higher, but also what's happening here, like underground and all that. Most likely that'll come to you every now and then. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Blessings. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again, Ariel, for coming in and helping us with our questions.
Of course.
For my first question, I'd like to ask what I've been up to in astral, but I feel as we ascend, like a merge of our physical and astral selves is inevitable. When that finally happens, will everything we've been up to in astral be known on recall like a normal memory? Or because information is always being intercepted, people like me will stay in astral amnesia to guard against leaking information until things are seen to completion?
Well, in astral, you remember everything instantly. So here in the physical body can only handle so much.
Okay.
So the chance of you remembering everything here would be extremely painful.
I see. Is that painful made by other beings?
Oh no, it'd be like being around drugs.
Oh, okay.
It'd just be difficult to focus. I mean, it's a higher frequency. No matter even if it's a low frequency, it's still a higher frequency than it is here.
What kind of pain is that? Because my second question is going to go into pain, but what kind of pain?
Too much.
Okay.
Too much. It's like you're living in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but you're actually experiencing and seeing all these things, and then you see like 100 different other realities at once. And in astral, you can handle that, but here you can't handle. You can barely handle one reality.
Does that leave like a splitting headache kind of pain
Yeah, you
feeling or
see
something?
like you can see 1,000 realities at once. And of course, astral doesn't always see that constantly, but you can't activate those realms.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you might get some aspect of astral, yes, but you're already doing that now. You just don't remember the details of it.
Yeah, I just don't remember hardly anything. Yeah.
Well, because magic here is kind of forbidden, not fully, but there's a certain type of magic that's allowed here, and a certain type of magic that isn't.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I guess the activation that I got, I guess, is allowed here. I
Yes.
don't know if many people are doing it, but I know we can transmute, weather anomalies and things like that. So that's one thing that I wish people would activate within themselves.
Well, they can't always do it though. I mean, they have to be built a certain reason for a specific reason that has to be designed into their energy.
Right. Yeah, there has to be a purpose, intention behind it.
Yeah. So there's very few of those here.
Okay.
There's a lot of artist energies here that can remember astral, and they do that, but they do it very slowly.
Okay.
Because they know it's too heavy for humanity to handle.
Well, I guess through art, people come into their power more, and that's what kind of like my vision going forward is like an empowering kind of expression that gets people moving and dancing and feeling it themselves.
Well, yeah, this world only does a certain version of that. Even when it's partying, it's still going through a depression.
Yeah, yeah.
Like somebody like Jim Carrey, like he's already finished his incarnation as Jim Carrey technically, so he can actually bring another aspect of himself, which he has, but he can do it where he can look like somebody totally different.
Yeah, just reinvent himself in the second half of his career.
Well, meaning like he can look like George Washington if he wanted to. I mean, really change his whole appearance. So he is kind of doing that, but he's doing it on a human level. So
all right.
It gives you an idea of what power there is in astral, though. So.
I see. All right. Interesting. Yeah, then to go into the pain aspect of it in my second question, I'm just curious because of all the things that I've been through in my life, and I was wondering, how does it serve a person spiritually to develop a high threshold for pain and suffering? If I didn't laugh, I'd probably cry when I hear people saying pain is just an illusion. So I don't feel that, tolerance to pain is worth bragging about either, as there's always going to be someone who wants you to prove it. But since I've developed mine, how does that help me going forward on my ascension journey?
Well, because for you to help others.
Right.
You might not always feel like you're helping. I see others say it's an illusion, or usually people that can't handle pain.
Yeah, they'll psych themselves out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of souls here that can't handle any pain at all. They have to be in a relationship. They have to have a job. They can't be poor. They can't be homeless. They can't be a lot of things. So a lot of your wealthy people cannot be poor at all. They can't handle it. So they go into a depression. They go into self-destruction, whatever it might be. So what you're going through is really helping others through their lives, and they don't even know it. And you don't even know it either.
I don't even know it either.
Yeah, you're helping others behind the scenes. Those that can't handle this reality, those are the ones you work with. And you haven't met them because you don't have to. I mean, they're actually decent souls. It's just they're very fragile here.
Yeah, it's a vulnerable place to be.
Yeah. So, some like autistic children you work with. There's others, but others with autistic ones are coming through right now.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. So, your experience with my little brother and things like that, and I feel like I have like a high functioning kind of sort of autism or ADHD or something like that. I was never diagnosed. That was before the wave of kids that got, prescribed pills and stuff.
Well, yeah, you're just connecting to your oversoul. That's all.
All right.
It's just that way you are. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's just not going to fit into the mold, and you're not going to get me to, conform, I guess, to your behaviors and things like that, and how you want me to act normal. So,
yeah.
I guess when you, break the mold, you're considered, something's wrong with you medically.
Mm-hmm. No, there's nothing wrong with you medically. That's just the medical science saying that, because they Well, because they're turning people into what they call normal.
Right.
So that's their yeah. Eventually, humanity will figure that out.
All right, inside. All right, well, thank you again, Ariel. Much love to you. Blessings.
Yes, blessings to you all. Sending you energies. Blessings.